Get ready to dive into a world where empires stand on the brink of war and terrible monsters tear at the fragile borderlands of men. The Adventurer-Conqueror King System Imperial Imprint, or as we like to call it, Acts 2, is now live on Kickstarter. Acts 2 is the new edition of the acclaimed best-selling fantasy role-playing game. You'll find everything you need to enjoy epic fantasy campaigns with a sweeping scope. Whether you want to crawl through dungeons, experiment with alchemy, crossbreed monsters, run a merchant emporium, raise an undead legion, or even conquer an empire, Acts 2 supports your playstyle. Acts 2 integrates experience point mechanics, making campaign activities a seamless part of the core gameplay loop. Your character levels up in new and exciting ways each time you play, adding massive replayability to each of your adventures. Acts 2 offers 18 character classes, 378 spells, new combat mechanics, and so much more. Support Acts 2 on Kickstarter today.
How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day, the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
Connecting to remote operating room.
Giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network. With gig speeds everywhere. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply. How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day, the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
Connecting to remote operating room.
Giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network. With gig speeds everywhere, it's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply.
Knocked Prone is a clean, chaotic, and deep podcast for D&D nerds. Find more ways to support our show in the episode description. Last time on Knocked Prone, certain convicts, their time is sped up in comparison to the other convicts whose time is slowed down. Depending on how much a person is supposed to suffer, they either want a very high turnaround time or a very long suffering time.
I just want to get out of here. A sphere encloses Zag. Nothing can pass through the barrier, but I can breathe. I'm immune to all damage, and I can't be affected by anything outside the sphere, and Zag is going to bolt.
You are now just realizing, even though it was only seemingly days, it still felt like 7 years that you've been in this prison. You are so happy to be outside, and what makes you even happier is across the bridge, you see your 3 compatriots.
Let Ada out.
Leaving the prison, you see Snuffs, and Grom, you see your mother. The carriage stops suddenly, and Lieutenant Baxter approaches you, Efimio, and says, "Captain Efimio, we've reached the portal to the material plane."
Whether you're a halfling, a giant, or somewhere in between,
Round the table with your friends, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And if life ever knocks you down, your dice will surely turn around. Roll your stats, it's time to quest. Let's put your characters to the test.
We have a very special birthday at the table. We're a few weeks late because we had some rescheduling. Though, happy birthday to the himbo of the Himbo's Guide to Spellcasting, Zag. It is Alex's birthday. So what we're going to do, I have a proposition for the table. Since it is Alex's birthday, normally what I do is I give the birthday person advantage on all of their rolls for the night. However, I'm thinking for the night, I got Alec as a birthday present, a very hot sauce, themed kind of around his character Zag and his recent trip to the Shadowfell. So, what I'm going to propose to the table is if Alec will take a spoonful of the hot sauce right now, whenever the table for the rest of this session has a roll that they are unhappy with, they can take a spoonful of hot sauce. In exchange, you can re-roll that roll.
Oh, dude.
What do we think?
Do it. Do it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Already doing it. I already got it poured, bro.
3, 2, 1. Down the hatch.
Oh, that's pretty hot.
Wait a few seconds for it to kick in. The kickback is bad. I took some of it downstairs to just test.
Oh man, I'm crying everywhere.
I'm sure the table will thank you, Alec, for this session. So now anytime somebody wants to re-roll a roll, all you have to do is take part in the Alec challenge and also take some hot sauce. You say it's freaking easy while your face is so red.
My tummy hurts.
So we're going to join you guys. You are sitting inside of this carriage paddy wagon that Efimia is in charge of as the captain of the Shadowfell Police Department. You guys are right outside of the Shadowfell portal back to the material plane. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before we return to the material plane?
Yes. Zag is, he's like naked.
Oh, right.
I left all my stuff. Obviously, Efimia is in charge here, so he's gonna get the voice ready. He's gonna turn to Efimia and say, "Do you think there's any chance that they could get my stuff before we leave?"
Of course. Okay. Hold on.
I got plants in there, man.
Plants.
And soul stones.
Gentlemen, can you get this man his stuff? He's naked.
The lieutenant who shaved his mustache off last session looks at you and says, "Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Is the ferry around?" And then he will dispatch the ferry on his walkie-talkie and request that they bring all of Zag's materials from the Shadowfell prison to where you guys are. And a moment later, a poof of magic appears, and a group of fairies all appear with your stuff, Zag, to the portal, and drops it off to you and says,
Will there be anything else?
Efimia's gonna just lean over to the party. Anything else you guys need?
How was the prison food?
"I don't want to talk about it."
Of all things, Grom, the prison food?
I'm sorry, I'm hungry after my fight. Let's go.
Can you bring this man a snack?
Thank you.
One of the guards pulls out a Cliff Bar, a very sad Cliff Bar. Cliff with 2 Fs for copyright purposes.
It's KLIFF.
And hands it to you. And it's your least favorite flavor, but you take it.
I devour it, yeah.
The Shadowfell Police Department is going to salute to you, Captain Efimia, and say, "We'll be waiting for you here, sir. If there's anything you need, let us know."
Of course, gentlemen. Take a break and then go back to your work.
Well, we have to wait here until our lieutenant's mustache grows back. But yes, as soon as that happens, we will be right back to work.
If it starts growing back, shave it again.
Yes, sir. And they salute. And you guys walk through the portal?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Zag has clothes on again.
The portal is going to transport you back where you were when you left the material plane. For the sake of continuity, we're going to say that because you guys were on the Titan ship, I am going to rule that you guys are going to appear in the same place as the Titan ship so that we don't have any fall damage being accrued right now, because that would just be mean. So you guys appear back in the Titan ship with Cassidy and War, and you guys are accompanied by Grom's mother, Doria, which we accidentally called Ada pretty much all last session, but her name is Doria.
Zag's just putting all his clothes back on, tucking all his stuff back in his pockets, getting all back to normal.
Go to my mom and...
Mom, this is our ship. It comes from Selene's people. They're birds.
Oh, so you're a bird person?
Yes.
Very interesting.
I've given up.
Wow. They're very fascinating people. Her boyfriend just won... Or husband? Have you been married yet?
No, he's still my fiance.
Her fiance is now the king of the town.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Fiance? Is that a bird word?
Yes.
Wait, am I still a dude?
So as you guys transport through this portal, all of the negative effects of your tonics fade. So you guys are in the ship. You see that Cassidy and War are in the helm room where like the steering is. War is currently driving the ship, while as Cassidy is trying to navigate for War while also playing some fetch with Avery.
Where are we going?
I figured we'd just start heading in the direction of kind of like home base, which I figured is Greyhaven, but I don't know.
I don't think we're very welcomed there at the moment.
Oh, that's very true. I didn't think about that. Where would y'all like to go? I guess we're just heading wherever.
What do we want to do?
Cassidy, where are the Seldarine Avengers based out of?
Oh, well, I mean, I think I'm the only Celadrine Avenger left on the planet at the moment.
Didn't you say my mother was called back by the Seldarine Avengers?
Yes, she's off planet currently.
Ooh.
But we could go to where the Celadrine Avengers headquarters used to be and see if that helps with finding your mother.
What would that take?
Last I was aware, the Celadrine Avengers headquarters was located in the Thrycreen Canyon.
I have a few things I'd like to do too. I'd like to tell my dad about everything that's happened. I don't think I've seen him since I left Brigaroon. And then as well, my soul is currently owned by someone. If I could get that back, I think that'd be nice.
Those are both pretty important endeavors. Definitely worth our time. Zag, is there anything you need to do?
First off, Zag is just gonna look kind of just at everybody and just say, I didn't think you guys were gonna come find me. Thank you.
Of course we are going to come find you.
We wouldn't just leave you.
I only thought you might have been Thorn for like half a second.
We do look alike.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to say thank you and good job, Selene. You did it. I knew you could. You trusted me.
I did trust you. And I'm glad I did, because clearly it's worked out, as I gesture towards your shadow.
That probably looked pretty bad. And then as you do that, Zag is going to notice that he has a shadow again and be like, it's back! It's back!
Your shadow waves at you.
And he's going to wave back. Thorn?
Your shadow gives you a thumbs up.
Is that safe?
Hold on, I have an idea.
This is a little unsettling.
It is a little unsettling. How secure is this?
Can he hear us?
Thorn, can you hear me?
He gives you a thumbs up.
Are you going to try and kill me again?
He gives you a thumbs down.
We have nothing to worry about. I am in full control.
He points at you, and then he points at himself, and then he points at you again.
Zag is going to point at Thorn, and then point at himself, and then point at Thorn again.
Grom's going to point at Zag.
And then Zag going to point at Grom. So Zag has multi-classed into Sorcerer, Shadow Magic. Thorn obviously being part of that Shadow Magic. So Zag's going to put this to the test really quick, and he's going to cast his Mage Hand cantrip and tell Thorn, go give Grom a high five.
You see Thorn run as quickly as he can, and he gives Grom a high five.
That was pretty cool.
And then he comes right back.
Yep, and he comes right back and attaches to you again.
I always wanted a brother.
Efimia's gonna side-eye it and just
Grom
walk
looks
past
sadly
you.
dejected, like just for a moment, nothing like major, but you see him just kind of look away for a moment and then do the smile again and is back to enjoying the.
Dude, he's gonna look at his shadow and he's just gonna say, "I'm the captain now."
As you say that, Cassidy says, yeah, actually, it would be great if one of you could come up and take the helm for a little while. We kind of been driving in circles. I'm not super... War is obviously very able to navigate this thing, but I think we need somebody else taking the helm just to kind of give us directions as to where we're going.
I don't feel comfortable with War driving the ship.
Okay, well then perfect. Then Ward can navigate for us, and then I'll need somebody else to drive the ship. Who feels the most technically advanced?
I'll drive.
I will drive. This is the ship of my people. I am a bird person.
That's fair. She's probably more familiar with flying.
Angel person.
Oh, Zag, you know me.
Do you have proficiency with vehicles?
Oh, I do.
I do too, actually.
Okay. So what happens is I go up to the front, never having actually drove something like this before, but not trusting Zag and Grom. And I get up there and I'm looking at all the controls, all the pulleys and levers and buttons and such, and I realize I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna turn around. So who does know about ships like this? Just curious. Maybe we'll do some trivia. How would you drive one of these? Anybody?
Well, when I was helping oversee the mine carts. The mules that we had, we would direct them. So if you go right, it goes left.
And he'll just jerk the steering wheel on the thing.
All right, that's enough from you. Thank you. And I'm going to push you back.
I have an idea. Thorn, come here, boy. Go drive the ship.
No!
I'm going to turn to Efimia. Look, I don't know how to drive this thing. We got to let somebody else try.
I don't know how to drive it either, but do we really want to leave it up to these two?
Just give him a chance. We can stop him if we need.
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know,
We've
we
already
crash
fallen
again?
from the sky once.
That was barely my fault.
Well, we survived.
All right, you've got 10 seconds to prove yourself, Zag or Thorn. So go ahead.
One of you go.
Zag's gonna just approach the controls.
Can I use the help action to give him advantage?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check and add your proficiency bonus to it.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Nice.
Mo's luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Zag starts taking the wheel and expertly does a head check and goes to the other lane. Does a great job of driving this Titan ship. You feel
Zag.
very confident that he could.
Zag, I thought you didn't grow up around a lot of technology. How are you doing this?
Zag's not going to be able to hear you because he's in such a zone. You guys seen Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed?
Yeah.
When they're playing with the control panel and they're just making music out of it and it's working? That's exactly what is happening.
All right, I leave you.
And all the
leave you
monsters in
alone.
the background start coming out of the ship.
And off we go. Just right to the destination that I don't know where we're headed to.
All right. So War helps you navigate. As Zag is driving to his location, where are we going?
So, Efimia,
Yeah.
your mom is in space.
I don't know. All I've been told is she's shrouded in darkness, and that's really all I have, and it doesn't feel like anyone's really giving me more than that.
Actually, Efimia, I do have more information for you. We should talk in private, but we should decide where we're going first.
Does Ascended Corp get all of its crystals from Brigaroon?
Yes, I do believe so. The Underdark mines that are down there, Brigaroon is the primary miner of those.
If we're able to convince the people in Brigaroon that Ascended Corp is bad, we might be able to knock them down. They wouldn't have any more crystals.
Did we ever talk about the fact that Vecna took over?
No.
So that's actually a very important point that we should not ignore. Clearly, Vecna is a very powerful force. Not something that we're capable of handling right now.
They seem more like a leech.
Yes.
Vecna doesn't have any power of their own. They take it from other people.
Is that what she did? Like, I knew it was a woman's body, but did she just take over somebody else?
When we defeated Thorn, she moved in right away.
Honestly, we should probably do some research on her, find out whatever we can, and I think that, in the end, that's gotta be a goal that we have. I just know that we're not heading there now.
The good thing is I do have at least a pretty decent resource, and she just kind of nods her heads toward Cassidy.
But if Vecna is wherever Thorn was, that means she's not here, right? What if we take action here? We may not have to fight her directly.
I think there's a lot of things we can do to support our plan of taking her down in the long run, and I think that turning people away from Ascended Corp and getting people to stop using their rune phones will do a lot of good. So if you want to start in your own hometown, I think that's fine.
Dismantle it from the outside.
Exactly.
How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away,
Connecting to remote operating room.
giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network, with gig speeds everywhere. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply.
Brigaroon also has a library, probably not as big as Greyhaven's, but didn't we do research there before? Maybe they have something about your mom.
Maybe, I guess I can only hope at this point.
We'll check everywhere. The library in Brigaroon, the library in Greyhaven. We can talk to people, we can get as much information as we can, and in the meantime, we can still be accomplishing something by talking to your people.
That works for me. Mom,
I'll go find her.
We're heading back to Brigaroon. Is that all right with you?
I was actually kind of hoping that we would go back to Brigaroon. It's where I'm from. I have a home there. I don't know what your father's up to nowadays, but maybe I could reconnect.
I was going to go see Dad. If you want to come with, I'm sure he'd be happy to see you. I think he thinks you're dead.
I'd love to join.
Of course. You're welcome anywhere you want to come with us, Mom.
Cassidy, as you guys are deciding that you are wanting to start heading towards Brigaroon, is going to approach you, Efimia. Do you want to talk in the other room really quick? I have some information, but I don't really want to release it to the others here. If that's all right with you, that is.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
So Cassidy takes you into the other room. I also have some things that I want to talk to just specifically you about. I feel like since you were telling me about your connection with like Orcus and stuff, I think you might be able to understand me more than other people. I am having a hard time with the absence of Vecna, like I told you in the Archivist's Tower. However, I've kind of come to terms with it a little bit more in the 11 days that you guys have been gone. But with that, I've done some self-thinking kind of, and I think that it might be important for me to try and connect back to Vecna's consciousness to help you guys see what her plans are. I still feel this like string connecting me to her, but I don't necessarily want to obviously connect back with her fully, but I do think it might be beneficial for both of our sakes to see what she has planned. Do you know of any way that might be able to connect me back with Vecna for just a moment?
Cassidy, I don't know how I feel about that in the first place, because that just drags you back in. Are you sure you're in a place where you can handle that?
I think it doesn't matter if I necessarily am ready for it. I can get back to this place that I'm at right now. What matters is stopping Vecna, because did she have plans. And I'm afraid that one of the myriad of plans that she has, she's changed in such a way that I'm not going to be able to remember. But the majority of Vecna's plans ended with world domination or the destruction of this world. And so I kind of feel like that's a little bit bigger than my emotional state at the moment.
Okay, I do know somebody who may be able to help. I'm not as familiar with the extent, but we can go talk to Selene. But you said you also had something to tell me about my mother, or did you have more on that?
Yeah, you talked to me about the Celadrine Avengers, and we had a plan kind of set in place in kind of like doomsday scenarios. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure what Vecna's planning, but I can't imagine that it's anything great. The failsafe of the Celadrine Avengers was if something like this, some threat were to come up in the world that was about to be too much for even us to surpass, we devised a group of 8 leaders that have the most sway in the material plane that would be helpful in taking down Vecna, or taking down this force, should I say. It seems that we already have a few of the boxes ticked.
Who?
The 8 places that have leaders of high sway are Ethos Summit with the Azamar people, Brigaroon with the Dwarven people, Greyhaven with their smorgasbord of people, Thrycreen Canyon, which was the old home of the Celadrine Avengers headquarters, South and North Turtleport, Bullywug Bog, Avalar, and also a dragon with lots of connections into the Shadowfell. So those were the 8 people that we decided that in the face of mortal danger to the world, we might have to bring those 8 people together to join forces to, well, stop the world from ending. But again, I don't know, maybe Vecna's happy because she's got her godhood wherever she is.
Okay.
Like I said, we kind of already got some of the boxes ticked. I know that Celine's boyfriend Finch is kind of like one of the leaders of Ethos Summit.
You think Finch can help us?
Well, he does have a political sway there as far as Selene was telling me.
Oh gods, we're doomed.
And then we also have Doria. I know that she has got some political sway as well with the Brigaroon people. Cassidy, myself. I figure it might be nice to maybe eventually drop me back in Greyhaven. I could figurehead back as the head of Ascended Corp. I'm sure that they'd be like, oh my gosh, she's back from the dead. And they wouldn't know any better that I wasn't Avani. And I could just go by Avani, and I'd use a different voice, obviously, because it's kind of a tale. But then also we have War, who has some sway, obviously, at the Turtle Ports. But other than that, we have, obviously, the Thrycreen Canyon, Bullywug Bog, Avalar, and then finding your mother.
Okay, question. Did Vecna have anything to do with my mother's disappearance? You would know.
Yes, is the answer to your question. That is one of the reasons I was kind of hoping to connect back to her. One of Vecna's biggest allies was the Primordials. The Primordials were one of the Celadrine Avengers' biggest enemies. So I think that it is very possible that Vecna knew that if the Primordials were to launch some sort of strike against a god like Ao, then the Celadrine Avengers would have no choice but to leave planet to fight them. Maybe there's a reason that Vecna didn't want the Celadrine Avengers on planet. Maybe she's planning on doing something that they could have stopped. I don't know. What I do know is the Primordials threatened to destroy this world and threatened to destroy all the people living on it. And I can only assume that Vecna would want those souls to gain more power. Since she can't have lots of followers with Ascended Corpse fallen, I'm guessing that she might just want to bring some of her followers back from the dead. Or at least teach those that oppose her that they should have been following her when they had more free will while they were living. I don't know her plans exactly, and I, again, was hoping that maybe I'd be able to reconnect and see what she's up to. If you don't feel comfortable with that, we can go along as normal.
I'll do it.
I will do it? Okay.
But I do have some conditions.
Absolutely.
First off, if anything goes wrong at all, I need you to pull out of it.
Righto.
Okay? I can't risk you getting tied to that again. Second, I need near constant updates.
Absolutely.
I need to make sure that you're going to put us first.
Will do. Cross my heart, and I hope that we live.
Are you okay if I call Selene in here?
Absolutely.
All right. And Efimia's gonna peek her head outside of the door. Selene, can you come here?
Yes, of course.
Okay, this is going to sound a little crazy. Is there a way we can connect Cassidy back to Vecna to get information on what's going on?
That is a tough one. I've connected with people in the past, but I'm not sure exactly how this would work. Technically, Vecna isn't living, and I do have a connection with phantoms. So, if she falls under that realm, maybe I can help.
I'd hope it's worth a shot if it doesn't put you in danger or anything.
Oh, definitely not. For me.
Okay.
Sounds a little concerning.
What?
Connecting Cassidy with Vecna.
Efimia's gonna look at Cassidy. Cassidy, could you give us a moment?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll just go wait in the other room, I guess. This isn't awkward.
Hi, Cassidy.
Hello.
Not at all. Grom, do you want to go play, I don't know, wall ball with her?
Oh, yes. Efimia has shown me lots of games.
Yeah.
Her favorite is the quiet game. I could show you.
Oh,
that'd be a great one.
I'm not very familiar with that.
Come here.
I love it.
I have the same concerns. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very worried about connecting Cassidy to Vecna. To be quite honest, I want to trust her. I want to so bad. But at the same time, I really don't know. I don't know her that well, and I only know what really she's told me. My mother didn't really talk about her childhood or anything along those lines, but I also don't know what else to do.
I want to trust her too. You know, maybe if I can connect her, I can also disconnect her. I still think it's worth a try.
I think so too, because I really don't know what other opportunities we'd have like this. to
It's
really
true.
get into Vecna's head.
And I know we're probably not going to stick around with Cassidy everywhere we go. I don't expect her to follow us every city we travel to. So I think this is our opportunity.
I am a little worried that she wants to be the head of Ascended Corp again.
Well, if that's the case, we took her down once and we will take her down again.
All right.
Zag, go ahead and roll me a Arcana check with disadvantage as you are driving to your location.
Okay, so I rolled an 11. Should I hit a hot sauce, though? Like, how much does this matter, you think? It's just like,
I mean, while
where
we
we're
have this
headed.
available,
Yeah.
it just depends on if you're willing.
Okay, I'm hitting a hot sauce. Hot
All right,
sauce,
3,
hot
2,
sauce, hot
1.
sauce.
I don't know if I can support this.
That sounded as painful as it looked.
I feel strong!
Oh, man.
I swear if you throw up on this table right now.
All right, I'm rolling it again.
Okay, roll it again.
It better be a
Yep,
good
just
roll.
single roll.
Oh, no.
Do I take the better one or the worse one?
Take the better one.
11.
Oh, my God.
With an 11.
my mouth is on fire, dude.
With an 11, Zag, you were very confident. You know how Himbo's luck, you kind of like pick things up really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
You've not picked this up as quickly as you would hope. And you start driving for a while, and you're going in the exact right direction. War confirms it to you. However, as you are driving, the sky gets really, really hazy. Not necessarily clouds that you're driving through. You would recognize clouds. These are brown clouds. Like they're like very murky, brownish gray clouds that you start driving through, and you try to like pull up a little bit to get out of the clouds. And as you pull up, you feel as if the ship had run out of gas. You start plummeting towards the earth. But I think that is where we're going to end our session for the night. My name is Cade, the host and dungeon master of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, and I'm joined here by the players to my left.
I like playing Zag.
Mason playing Grom.
Marissa playing Efimia.
And Brooklyn playing Selene.
Thank you for joining us. If you love this episode, go on over to patreon.com/knocked and check out our other content. We have so many shows that we're putting up right now. Thank you to the cast members who've been coming up with all these awesome show things that we've been doing on the side to post to our Patreon. So check that out, patreon.com/knocked. And we hope that you remember when life knocks you flat on your back, all you got to do is keep rolling. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Are you okay?
It was just a cough.
That was a demented cough. That was
The hot sauce, I just felt it for a second.
And it's your least favorite flavor, but you take it because...
I devour it, yeah.
Oh, bananas and walnuts.
Actually sounds pretty
I'm
good.
allergic!
Is this gluten-free?
Hey, I'm allergic to walnuts and I need gluten-free. I feel attacked.
Are you also allergic to walnuts?
Yeah.
Brooke is allergic to walnuts.